Barcelona transfer chaos and dressing room drama. Jules Kounde's future at Camp Nou is now in serious doubt after missing Barcelona's final game of the season, with reports suggesting growing tension inside the dressing room and a possible summer exit. At the same time, Barça are preparing major squad changes with Hansi Flick's rebuild underway, while the club also faces key decisions on stars like Marc-André Ter Stegen, whose future looks blocked after returning from injury and loan complications. Meanwhile, Lamine Yamal is fighting hard for full fitness ahead of the 2026 World Cup, training even on his day off as Spain prepare for the tournament. This is not just a transfer window, it's a full Barcelona shakeup. Barcelona open to selling struggling defender as he begins distancing himself from dressing room. Jules Kounde did not travel with Barcelona to Valencia for last night's clash in La Liga and thus missed the team's final game of the season. Eric Garcia started at right back in his place, with Xavi Espart coming on for a second-half cameo, and the development only adds weight to the worry around the Frenchman's performances. Kounde, after all, has been on an undeniable decline all season and has looked dull both on the field and off the field. In fact, he was the first to leave even after the team's celebratory dinner earlier in the week. A worrying situation. As reported by Sport in a recent update, internal sources in the club deny knowledge of any reason for the player to distance himself from the team and the dynamics, and his decline on the field and poor performance off it continue to raise concern. Kounde and his agent insist that the player does not wish to leave Barcelona and that the idea is to stay in Catalonia and defend the club's crest. The enthusiasm, however, is clearly being depleted from the player. The 2025-26 season was a dull one for Kounde in general, and he barely had any memorable moments. From being an undisputed starter last year and scoring the winning Copa del Rey goal to the dull and indifferent figure he is now, the change has been radical. In fact, his place on the pecking order is also reflecting the clear change, with Flick preferring Eric Garcia and even Ronald Araujo at right back in recent games. Such a situation was difficult to imagine a few months ago. A potential departure? While Kounde and his entourage insist that there is no intention of leaving from the player's side, his name has been linked with the Premier League in recent times, and there is no denying that there is interest in his signing from England. With Joao Cancelo's signing becoming a priority for Barcelona, it cannot thus be ruled out that Barcelona considers selling Kounde should the right offer arrive. The current economic situation is still not completely favorable, and a big departure could open the doors for big signings in June. It will thus be interesting to see how his future unfolds in the coming months. Barcelona superstar working hard to return to fitness for World Cup, trains on day off. Less than 24 hours remain before Luis de la Fuente announces Spain's squad for the upcoming FIFA World Cup, and several Barcelona players are waiting anxiously to see if they will make the list. Stars like Pedri, Pau Cubarsí, Dani Olmo, and Lamine Yamal are expected to be included, while players such as Eric Garcia and Gavi are still unsure and hoping for confirmation. Lamine Yamal's situation is a bit different, as he is currently recovering from an injury that ended his season with Barcelona. Because of that, he is expected to miss Spain's first matches at the tournament. According to Diario AS, Yamal is taking his recovery very seriously and is fully focused on returning at 100% for the World Cup. Even after the season officially ended with Barcelona's La Liga title celebration, he was the only player who showed up at the training ground the following day to continue his recovery work. He is currently working closely with physiotherapist Pablo Merino to stay in the best possible condition, and he will continue his rehabilitation program with Spain's medical staff once he joins the national team setup. The goal in sight. The report further adds that Yamal is likely to miss Spain's first 2 games in the World Cup and is expected to return in time for the team's third clash against Uruguay towards the end of next month. It has been just over a month since the player left the field injured for Barcelona, and with the right precautions, it will be 2 full months before he makes his return to the field as the objective of playing against Uruguay is met. There is, however, always the chance that his recovery goes better than planned and that he features even earlier for Spain. Given that the second game is against Saudi Arabia and not a high-stakes encounter, however, he may well be rested even if he is fit. Exit route blocked for Barcelona goalkeeper facing an uncertain future at the club. The coming summer will be an uncertain one for Marc-André Ter Stegen. Currently on loan at Girona, Ter Stegen has played very little football owing to the injury that ruled him out not only for the season but also from the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Ter Stegen is slated to return to Barcelona at the end of the season, and what happens after that is anyone's guess. Exit route blocked for Ter Stegen. According to Mundo Deportivo, one potential destination has already been closed off. Girona's relegation following their 1-1 draw with Elche means a return to Montilivi next season is no longer a viable option for the German goalkeeper. Ter Stegen was present at the stadium on Saturday to support his Girona teammates as relegation was confirmed, going down to the pitch afterwards to console the squad. It was a gracious gesture from a goalkeeper who managed just 2 appearances for the club before suffering a significant hamstring injury that effectively ended his season. No clear path at Barcelona either. Returning to Barcelona presents its own complications. The club now have Joan Garcia established as the undisputed number 1. Wojciech Szczesny remains as backup and young options in Diego Kacen and Aaron Jakobishvili are also in the picture. With Inaki Peña's loan at Elche also ending, the goalkeeper department is already well stocked. Ter Stegen holds a contract until 2028 and carries one of the highest salaries in the squad, a factor that makes finding a solution all the more pressing for Barcelona. The club will not stand in the way of his departure, but his recent injury record is unlikely to attract a flood of attractive offers. With the World Cup no longer a possibility, the German will at least have additional time to complete his rehabilitation before the new season begins. Barcelona fans, what do you think about this situation? Should the club sell Jules Kounde if a big offer arrives, or keep trusting him for Flick's project? And what about Ter Stegen? Does he still have a future at Camp Nou after his injury and squad changes? Plus, can Lamine Yamal become one of the biggest stars of the 2026 World Cup if he returns fully fit? Drop your opinions in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for all the latest Barcelona news, transfers, and football updates from Europe.